गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज काचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद इस डिवाइन ग्रेस इस भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य फाउंडर आचार्य सेवर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज काचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज शैल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया यमुना मैया की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। पतित पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री श्री रुक्मिणी द्वारकाधीश की जय। श्री श्री रुक्मिणी द्वारकानाथ की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। शील प्रभुपाद की जय। शील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 24, The Renunciation of Kardama Muni, Text 36. Etanme janma lokesmin mumukshunam durashayat prasankhyanaya tattvanam sammatayatmadarshane. Etanme janma lokesmin मुमुक्षूणां दुराशयत् प्रसङ्ख्यानाय तत्त्वानां सम्मतायात्मदर्शने एतन्मे जन्मलोकेऽस्मिन् मुमुक्षूणां दुराशयत् प्रसङ्ख्यानाय तत्त्वानां सम्मतायात्मदर्शने एतन्मे जन्मलोकेऽस्मिन् मुमुक्षूणां दुराशयत् एतन्मे जन्मलोकेऽस्मिन् मुमुक्षूणां दुराशयत् तत्त्वानां एतन्मे जन्मलोकेऽस्मिन् मुमुक्षूणां दुराशयत् प्रसङ्ख्यानाय तत्त्वानां सम्मताय वैष्णवीस् एतन्मे जन्मलोकेऽस्मिन् मुमुक्षूणां दुराशयात् प्रसङ्ख्यानाय तत्त्वानां सम्मतदर्शने एतत् this may my janma birth loke in the world asmin in this mumukshunam by those great sages seeking liberation durashayat from unnecessary material desires prasankhyanaya for explaining tattvanam of the truths sammataya which is highly esteemed atmadarshane in self realization. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki cha. Translation. My appearance in this world is especially to explain the philosophy of Sankhya, which is highly esteemed for self-realization by those desiring freedom from the entanglement of unnecessary material desires. Purport. Here the word durashayat is very significant. Dur refers to trouble or dukkha, miseries. Ashayat means from the shelter. We conditioned souls have taken shelter of the material body, which is full of troubles and miseries. Foolish people cannot understand the situation, and this is called ignorance, illusion, or spell of Maya. Human society should very seriously understand that the body itself is the source of all miserable life. Modern civilization is supposed to be making advancement in scientific knowledge, but what is this scientific knowledge? It is based on bodily comforts only. Without knowledge that however comfortably one maintains his body, the body is destructible. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Antavanta ime deha. These bodies are destined to be destroyed. Nityayokta sharirinaha refers to the living soul or the living spark within the body. The soul is eternal, but the body is not eternal. For our activity, we must have a body. Without a body, without sense organs, there is no activity. But people are not inquiring whether it is possible to have an eternal body. Actually, they aspire for an eternal body because even though they engage in sense enjoyment, that sense enjoyment is not eternal. They are therefore in want of something which they can enjoy eternally, but they do not understand how to attain that perfection. Sankhya philosophy, therefore, as stated here by Kapila Dev, is Tattvanam. The Sankhya philosophy system is designed to afford understanding of the real truth. What is that real truth? The real truth is knowledge of how to get out of material body, which is the source of our trouble. Lord Kapila's incarnation or descent is specially meant for this purpose. This is clearly stated here. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpaturubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkrupathamaham vande Shri Guru Deenatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So I seek blessings of all devotees so that I can speak something glorifying Lord for all of your pleasure and for my purification. So here we have seen that Kardama Muni, he has glorified Kapila Dev and he has asked his permission to take sannyas, and now Kapila Dev is responding back to Kardama Muni. So in today's discussion we will see four things. First, how this material body is a source of pain than pleasure, difference between material and real advancement. Then we'll see that what are the obstacle to get the higher taste and how to overcome, how to continue, because we need higher taste to to clinch on, to get away from the lower taste, right? Sense enjoyment. So the first part about Prabhupada is mentioning that this Durashrayat means material body which is full of troubles and miseries. Okay. It is said that each of our part of body has a potential to give more pain than pleasure. Okay. Each part of our body has a potential to give more pain than the pleasure it can offer. Simple example, nail. What pleasure a nail can give, maybe for scratching, we can use it. Or the ladies sometimes they paint nicely, of course the nail salon, they get a lot of pleasure because they get money out of it. That max it gives. But now, how many of you have experience of your nail, coming off? Somebody here whose nail? Okay. How many of you have experience of the skin next to nail coming off? A small part, tiny puny. And whole day our attention is there. Agree? Our whole body is fit and fine, but where is the attention? Nail, small nail. We are not even talking of previously in to make the criminal speak, the police used to pull off their nails. We are not even talking about that pain. Just a small, or even if when we are cutting the nail, sometimes the nail cutter goes a little bit inside. Whole day we are thinking about nail. So what this indicates? The amount of pleasure that nail gives is far less than amount of pain it can give. And this is true with any sense. You just think about body. Take any sense, any part of body. The amount of pain it can give is really high. Forget about internal organs. We are not even talking. Just even what we can perceive. Okay. So therefore, it's pretty much like I think there is no need to discuss further. Material body is full of misery. Now, the second point Prabhupada is mentioning is that the problem is the people, they think they are this body. Prabhupada is quoting this, Bhagavad Gita verse. Nitya yukta sharirina, this antavanta ime deha nitya yukta sharirina anashino aprameyasya tasmat yuddhasva bharata. Right? So, this body is anyway dead, but people think it is temporary. Sorry, it is the permanent thing, and that's why the whole advancement is based on that. Scientific advancement is trying to pamper body. So now, what solution scriptures offer? To get away from sense gratification, we need to higher taste, right? We need to clinch on something which is higher. If we just keep discussing, sense gratification is bad, body is temporary, okay, at the end of 1 hour, what am I going to do? I'll just become frustrated. I'll either go sleep or take something nice to eat, or watch some movie. Because we are not discussing where to look for, because by nature soul is pleasure seeking, right? So if I should not look pleasure in sense gratification, where I should look pleasure in, right? It has to look somewhere. So that pleasure is in spiritual activities, in the devotional service. And we have host of, activities, like we just had, amazing kirtan, right? Prabhuji showed some killer moves in dancing, Today also happened to be Vakreshwar Pandit appearance day, and Sahas Prabhu along with all devotees, they had a blast, dancing, right? So, a spirit soul, because he is seeking enjoyment, we can certainly find enjoyment while practicing devotional service, but star mark, asterisk. To experience that and to keep continuing, we have to struggle. Okay. Yes, we had nice dancing, I remember in our college days, we used to dance, half an hour, 1 hour in kirtan, nowadays, you dance for 15 minutes, whole day you are, you are leg conscious. My leg is paining, this is paining, that is paining. So, the activities in Krishna consciousness, they give us pleasure, but then to continue that, so that we have that taste throughout our life, we have to struggle. So we'll see 3 aspects that will help us to achieve this taste. Because see, the point is, yes, we are not supposed to enjoy sense gratification, because it's it's temporary, it's miserable, it's it will not give us eternal happiness. All that is true, but to make sure that we continue on spiritual path, unless we have taste, we'll not be able to continue. So, there are 3 things that we can do so that we can continue getting this taste and continue on the path of devotional service. One is conviction, second is engagement, and third one is association. So first part about conviction is we hear. We hear Srimad Bhagavatam, lecture of Srila Prabhupada, spiritual masters, devotees, so that repeated hearing convinces us that yes, this is the path, and it also makes it black and white, very clear where to look for enjoyment, and why to continue on devotional service. What are the obstacles, while performing devotional service that we need to avoid, should avoid offenses, inattentiveness. Otherwise, that conviction may get hampered. So the first part is being convinced that yes, a devotional service, though I may not be able to experience this taste. For example, yes, we had nice kirtan, and after this we'll have some 20-course breakfast by Ravindranath Prabhu. But throughout day, there is a struggle. There is struggle when we take the books out. There is struggle for those who work. You have to go face office people. There is struggle for the Matajis who are cooking, the kids. So material world is not a place where everything is rosy and petals are showering, somebody is fanning us. No, it's we do understand there are struggles. So, but this conviction will keep us going. That is the first part. The second part is engagement. That we have to situate. So to make sure that we get this prolonged taste in devotional service, we have to situate ourselves in a situation wherein we can identify with some service and we can continue that. So we may have some material abilities. For example, somebody is very outspoken. I may take up a service of say book distribution or preaching, outreach. Somebody is expert in cooking; they can cook for a lot, or festivals, or somebody is expert in management. We need efficient leadership. Somebody is, so whatever like Mataji is expert in painting, Shampriya Mataji, she paints nicely. So Tit Mataji is expert in, handling so many things that this whole Govindas, everybody gets flabbergasted. I have seen many people, they come and they see where is the gift shop. They don't ask for a temple, where is gift shop? All new people coming in, Mercedes and, big things. So Mataji is very efficiently managing that. So everybody has some skill. So we have to find that sweet spot wherein we can engage ourselves throughout our life. Somebody may be expert in deity dressing or pujari services. So this is second aspect. So first to get a taste. So first is conviction, second is engagement, and third one is association. In all of our lives, there would be some highs and lows. So when the lows are there, philosophy won't help. Yeah, we'll just say like a parrot, we are not body, we are spirit, soul, we have to follow this, we have to follow that. It's all good, but I'm going out. I don't want to see the face of devotees. When, we have negative, bad experiences or, some challenges, health is too bad. So that time the third aspect, association. So in Krishna consciousness, we should have at least one devotee with whom we can do heart-to-heart share. And when we are in our lows, that is the person we should go, and he, of course, he has to be mature. It's not that both of you together go out on Venus Beach, It's then that devotee would help us to get through that situation. So when we do these 3 things, then we'll make sure that though we don't have the highest test, wherein, we are saying that yes, Krishna is everything, and material world is like, that Yamunacharya says, right? When the process of devotional service gives me so pleasure that when I think of sex life, I spit at the thought. So we may not be at that level, some of us here may be, but we may not be at a level wherein we are completely attracted only to material sense gratification, okay. So this taste is not, getting this higher taste is not a binary, either 0 or 1. But it is a, we have some degree of taste varying as per our sincerity advancement. Somebody may have like 0.9% or somebody may have 0.1%, whatever. What we have to make sure that it is increasing over a period of time, and this taste is what will help us to remain away from sense gratification. Because just restrain from sense gratification will not last for long. We have n number of examples. Vishwamitra Muni, he was such a great meditator, but just one twinkling of ankle bell, finished. There was one big guy, he was completely into renunciation, and then one meeting with one lady, opposite sex, his whole philosophy changed, Sambhog se samadhi tak, completely changed. So the artificial restraint won't help us. Until we are hinged to higher taste, we cannot get away from sense gratification. And these three things, conviction, engagement, and association, will keep us going. Another important aspect is that many physical activities that we are doing today, over a period of time, we may not be able to do that because of bodily condition, get old, disease, right? But these memories will help us keep going, and this understanding and this desire to develop taste for hearing will keep us going. Because even if all the senses are very weak, we are not able to do anything actively, this one sense of hearing is always there, and by that we can still continue to get the taste. And we have the part of developing that liking for hearing. What we have to do is keep hearing Krishna's pastimes, keep hearing kirtans, Vaishnava songs. Vaishnava songs are another amazing way, generally is little bit overlooked, right? Wherein it expresses deep emotion. At the same time, it has the highest philosophical truths mentioned. At the same time, very easy to memorize, or it's very pleasurable even for senses. Like we have that Kevala Ashtakam, right? Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. Madhuram Madhure Bhepi Mangale Bhepi Mangalam Pavanam Pavane Bheopi Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, right? So in that, actually, there is one, this thing comes is Abrahmastambha Paryantam Sarvam Mayamayam Jagat Satyam Satyam Punasatyam Hare Nameva Kevalam. But he says that the entire universe, from exalted Brahma down to the lowly lump of grass, is a product of illusory energy of Supreme Lord. The only thing that is reality, again I say reality, the holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. So like this, when we contemplate on these Vaishnava songs, that also helps us to develop this convictions, as well as that is humbly submitting our prayer for taste, to get the taste. So I would like to summarize this with one prayer, that is Srila Rupa Goswami is beautiful prayer, that he's that may we all attain that taste. Tunde tandavi niratim vitanute tundavali labdhaye karna krodha kadambini ghatayate karnabudhebhya spuram chetah prangana sangini vijayate sarvendriyanam kritam No jane janita kriyabdibhir amrutai Krishneti varnadvai. I do not know how much nectar the two-syllable Krishna have produced. Say Krishna, 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 Krishna. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. When we then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of years. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. So this is the higher test we all are aspiring for, because when we get this, even if apsaras come in front of us, we won't be budged. We won't even think of it. So to summarize, we discussed 4 points. First, this Kapiladeva, he is mentioning that how he has come to propound this knowledge of Sankhya, which tells how this material body is temporary. If we want eternal pleasure, we want to have, we want to look for, pleasure not in sense gratification, but in spiritual activities. We saw the difference between material advancement and spiritual advancement, how it is temporary. Material advancement is temporary, spiritual advancement is permanent. And then we saw that to get away from this, tendency to seek pleasure from sense gratification, we need to get that higher test, which is offered by Krishna consciousness. But that higher test is not easy. Yeah, some days we'll get a free sample, but other days we have to struggle. And the 3 things we discussed that can help us to keep going, to make sure that we we get that test. First is conviction, philosophical conviction, understanding that, how, starting from we are not this body, we are spirit soul, to how even all these different philosophical systems are not perfect, and, devotional service is the only perfect thing. So having that conviction. Second, being engaged as per our, so in initial days in Krishna consciousness, we should be ready to do whatever service is asked. But over a period of time, yes, we can express our desire to focus on particular area of service, but on need basis, if required, we should be ready to do anything, starting from cleaning toilet up to worshipping deities, whatever is asked for. So that is second thing, we should have some active engagement as per our nature. And third thing is association. We should have very strong bonding with some devotee, so that some mature devotee, so that when we are in our lows, we can go and take shelter of that. So when we do this, yes, we may not have that highest taste yet, but we won't leave Krishna consciousness, and we can keep gradually progressing in Krishna consciousness. And the aspiration was that Rupa Goswami's prayer, wherein we develop that unflinching taste for chanting the holy names. So with this, I would like to stop. Today is also Vakreshwar Pandit Prabhu's appearance day, so we'd just like to quickly discuss a little bit about him. So as we know, this Vakreshwar Pandit, he was one of the eternal associate of Lord Chaitanya. In Lord Krishna's pastimes was Tunga Vidya, Sakhi. He appeared and took active part in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, and he was famous for his dancing. It is said when Vakreshwar Pandit used to dance, he used to dance for 72 hours continuously. We had a blast in Guru Puja today. We wish it could continue, but our bodies are limited. But Vakreshwar Pandit could go on. So devotees had to actually stop. But he could still go on. Once he was, Lord Chaitanya was singing, and Vakreshwar Pandit was dancing. He was dancing so ecstatically. He asked Lord Chaitanya, give me thousands of Gandharvas, and let them sing. I'll continue dancing. And to reply to that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that, oh Vakreshwar, if I have one more devotee like you, I will fly in the sky. You are like my wing. So it was amazing personality, and each one has his own way of preaching, right? So he used to preach by dancing. So once he was in Kulia dancing, so that time another famous personality, Devanand Pandit, he came, who had previously, offended Shivas Thakur. But this Devanand Pandit, he had very much appreciation for this Vakreshwar Pandit, and when he was dancing, the people had, started gathering. So he took a stick and, he made sure that nobody disturbs. So after 6 hours, he came to external consciousness. So that time, this Devanand Pandit, offers his obeisances, and Vakreshwar Pandit, blesses him that may you get devotion to Lord Krishna. So later, after some days, when Lord Chaitanya comes to Kulia and he meets Devanand Pandit, he said, you had offended Shivas Thakur, but because you served my other devotee, Vakreshwar Pandit, I am forgiving you. And then, he makes him also as one of his, eternal associate. So, it's very, so let's pray that, we get, this Krishna consciousness, it is full. There was one atheist fellow, he has remarked that, if the God was a dancing God, I would become his devotee. I forgot his name. That fellow did not know that our Lord Chaitanya is, dancing Lord. So let's pray to, and because this is also one of the limb that, we dance for pleasure of Lord. So let's, pray that we get this taste for dancing for pleasure of Lord from Vakreshwar Pandit, and we also get the devotion he had towards Lord Chaitanya. So Srila Vakreshwar Pandit Thakur ki jai. So with this, would like to stop. We have 1 minute. Any questions or comments? Okay. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.